everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing like a 4 looks in one palette. So when I went out with Vicky to Covent Garden on Sunday, I bought this Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk palette and I haven't used it yet, so it's going to be like a review slash 4 looks in one palette. But yeah, I love the shades, and what I really like is that Charlotte Tilbury has kind of like told you how to use the shades. So you've got your 3 day shades, your 3 desk shades, your 3 date night shades, and your 3 dream shades. Now these are the ones that I'm really looking forward to using, but I'm going to just go through like all of them and that we'll see what happens. So firstly, I'm going to be using the Watermelon Hydration Primer by Ciat. I love Ciat. I love their lipsticks and I love this primer. This primer is honestly like one of the best ones I've ever used. I just love the cooling effect that it has on my skin, and the smell is gorgeous. But yeah, if you haven't checked out their lipsticks, you really should because they're so good. So next I'm going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. Now I really like this foundation because I don't like full coverage foundations. I never really have, to be honest. I think it's just because where I have freckles, it just looks weird. But this foundation is just perfect because it's such like a nice kind of thinner coverage, and it just works really well for me. This foundation also blends in so seamlessly. This foundation is perfect for like no makeup kind of makeups. It's like your perfect combination between dewy and matte. Like it's not too dewy, it's not too matte, it's perfect. It's the perfect medium. Now I'm just going to go in more just on my blemishes just to try and just hide those. I use my finger for this kind of thing because I just find that it's like when I want to aim like in one place, it's just easier. So that's foundation done. So I'm now going to be moving on to concealer. So this is the Fenty Beauty concealer in shade Linen. So yeah, that's my concealer on, so I'm just going to blend it in with my foundation brush. I'll focus the concealer more around just like my T-zone, to be honest, because that's the part of my face that I want sort of highlighted. So next I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Amber Contour. I focus this more just on the higher end, and then I kind of use bronzer on the lower end because it gives it more of like a gradient. Literally I just put it here. So I'm just going to go in and contour my nose. And then I'm going to use the Iconic London Sheer Blush. So this is just this one. And I'm just going to use this for the face for now. And I'm not going to use any highlighter because I feel like this has a glow on its own. And I feel like it's enough for the day look. In real life, I wear highlighter for every day. But for this look, we're not going to do that. So now I'm going to just go in with my bronzer. I'm just focusing more on this bottom end, and a lot of the time I do go very ham with the bronzers. I'm going to neaten it up with the foundation brush because I'm pale. We all want what we lack. Oh, so now the skin's done, I'm going to move on to eyebrows. So firstly I'm just going to brush through them because they're a bit of a mess at the moment, to be honest. I'm now just going to go in with the Benefit Brow. At the moment I'm just going to do a very natural eyebrow because again it's just every day. So that's all we're going to do at the moment. It's very basic, but we are going to build it up later when we go and do our like date night and dream looks. It's just for day to day, this is how people would do their brows, like it's more basic. I'm just going to prime my eyes and I'm going to use the P. Louise base. So yeah, now our eyes are all nice and primed, we can go on to the fun part. So I'm just going to use the number 1 shade on the day section. Sorry, you couldn't see that. So the number 1 shade on the day section. And I'm just going to brush that all over the lid. Oh, I like that. It's almost like the same shade as my Iconic London highlighter. I honestly feel like butter. They feel so nice. So next I'm going to use number 2. So it's just this one. I'm just going to apply this using my finger. I'm going to go in with this shade for my outer corner. So I'm just going to go underneath with that dark shade as well. I'm not smoking it out too much, I'm just keeping it as close to the lash line as possible. And then I'm going to use the shade that we first used just in my inner corner. I'm using Lashtopia by Bare Minerals. Now, last but not least, we're going to go in with the NYX Filler Instinct, which is this one right here. So this is our finished day look. So yeah, I'm gonna go take some pictures of this and then I'll be right back to do our next look. Okay, so we're now gonna do the desk look, which consists of these 3 shades. I'm just re-priming my eye with the P. Louise base. So I'm just gonna go in with this shade all over the lid. I'm then gonna go in with this like pinky shade and put it all over the lid, focusing more on the bottom part, and I'm just applying it with my finger so that I get maximum colour payoff. Cool. And then lastly, I'm just gonna go in with this 3rd shade just so that I can like make the outer corners darker. I'm then just gonna go in with the last shade on the bottom. For lips, I'm gonna go in with the Iconic London lip gloss in Nearly Nude. And then I'm just going to top up my mascara with the Bare Minerals Lash Topium mascara. And lastly, I'm going to go in with the Fenty Starstruck highlighter, just a little bit though. I've just let my bangs out of my hair clips as I feel like it just gives the look a little bit more of an edge. So we're now going to start the date night look. So I'm going to go in with this shade and I'm going to put it all over my eyelid. I'm also going to go in with the Capral just to make my brows a bit more dramatic. So that's my brows done. I just went in and made them a bit more sharper. So I'm now going to go in with the Iconic London Sheer Blush, and we're just going to top up the blush just a little bit. And I'm now just going to go in with a little bit of the Iconic London Illuminator, but again, I'm just going to use it sparingly. So I'm now just going to finish the eyes off. So with this shade, I'm just going to go all over the lid. Now I'm going to go in with this darker shade just to smoke it all out. Go in with that darker shade on my lower lash line. I'm now going to use the Primark Edge lashes just to stick on the outer corners. So I just applied the lashes and blended them in with a bit of liquid liner. I'm now just going to apply my Lash Topia mascara. Now I'm going to go in with the MAC Lady Be Good lipstick. So that's our date night look completed. I'm just going to like brush my hair back a little bit. Alright then, so we are now on to our final look using these 3 shades. Before I go into those, I'm just going to make my eyebrows a little bit more dramatic. So that's the brows done. I've just made them a little more arched. I'm now going to go back in with my blush. I can't believe I never used to wear blusher. Blush is like one of my favourite things now. I honestly feel so pale and discoloured without blush now. Now I'm going to go back in with my bronzer. This is the Benefit Hoola bronzer. I'm just going to make my bronzer more dramatic. You're going to snatch those cheekbones. And now we're going to go in with the Iconic London Illuminator. And we're going to put a bit more highlighter on now. So we're going to make the highlighter like really dramatic. I'm going to put it on my cheekbones. Down my nose. So I've got a little Tin Man nose. And just along my Cupid's bow. And I'm going to go in with the first shade, which is this one. I'm now going to go in with the second shade. And lastly, I'm going to go in with the darkest shade. I'm now just going to go in again with that dark shade on the lower lash line. I'm just going to go back in with this first shade that we used just for the inner corners. Now I'm going to use Tatti Lushes in TL21. I'm just going in with my Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara for the bottom lashes. So this is the part of the video that I've looked forward to like the absolute most. So I'm now going to be trying the Pillow Talk lipstick by Charlotte Tilbury. I just changed my top and I flipped my hair to the side. And this is our last look. So overall, I really like this palette. I think there's so much you can do with it, and I think the shades are so pigmented, and I just 100% recommend. It is such a good product. And the lips, I love this lipstick. It's such a good lipstick, such a nice colour. Honestly, I couldn't be any more happier with the things that I bought. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!